You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Oh Behave is brought to you by Swipe It. Literally swipes away cat hair from virtually any surface. Go to swipeits.com. SWIPETS.com.
It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails. Garner great pet tips and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. I want to give a big howdy. Yes, it's time for a road trip. And not just any road trip. This is a trip I took from Oceanside, California to Texas and back. Oh, it gets better, listeners. Accompanying me on the trip are my pet first aid teaching tandem of Chipper, a 60-pound golden retriever husky, and Zeke, the cool cat, also known as the pet safety cat. So picture Arden Moore in a 2008 Saturn Vue with a dog, a cat, and a bunch of luggage and other things. We did it. We came back. I'm going to share with you on this special episode how to pack smartly for a trip, some of the things that you can do to avoid any pitfalls on your travels, how to find a great place that will welcome your dog and cat at a hotel, a little bit about the Cat Writers Association, and all the pet first aid classes that we took. Yep, stay tuned, and P.S. if you're curious, what in the heck is so cool about Tombstone, Arizona? All this and more after we pay for this show by taking a quick commercial break. So everybody sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
Pause up. I'm Arden Moore, and I'm here to tell you about a revolutionary new product that literally swipes away cat hair from virtually any surface. You know, most of us struggle with a roller or vacuum cleaner to clean up cat hair, but anyone who has tried either of these knows they just don't work very well. But Swipe It's patent-pending glove has a magnetic-like quality that removes cat hair from almost everything. Right, Zeke? Right, Murphy? And best of all, Swipe It is machine washable, so you can use it over and over again. To order, just visit swipeits.com. That's SWIPETS. A simple solution for shedding.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now, back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Road trip. You say those 2 words to any dog, and they're like, yeah, I got the leash. Well, my dog, Chipper, is no exception. Have dog must travel. So for this special episode, I actually did a 4,000-mile round trip from Oceanside, California to Texas with stops in Tombstone, Arizona, Odessa, Texas, Dallas, Texas, San Diego, Texas, and Deming, New Mexico. I'll tell you what, it went far better than I expected, and we had a great time. The trip was designed to accomplish many things. As you all know, I'm a master instructor in pet first aid with Pet Tech, and I have the only cat and dog teaching team, Chipper and Zeke. So we get a lot of invites to go to different places. We were able to finally arrange to make a trip to Texas so that I could teach several pet first aid classes in several places to make this trip worthwhile. In addition, I was speaking at the Cat Writer Association's annual conference in Dallas. And appropriately, my topic was called Off the Pages and On the Air. It was how to be a radio host or how to be one of those guests that keeps being invited back. So we had a lot of fun. We did some clips from Pet Life Radio, some of the episodes of Oh Behave, including our interviews with Betty White, Kelly Pickler, and Stephen Weber, and much more. The class was great. So what I'd like to do right now is set the scene. It is 5:15 a.m. on a Monday morning, and I'm getting ready to pull out of my driveway with a full car and a cat and a dog. A few tips that I can share with you. Number 1, make sure that your cat has a portable litter box with a scoop and plenty of little baggies that you can make your deposits conveniently in trash cans. For this trip, I really seriously loved the sturdy product carrier that Ziki wrote in. It has a mini collapsible canvas litter box. It also has a bigger one. So we had Ziki in a harness. She had her ID tags on. She's microchipped. And she actually did make a bathroom stops while I was driving at 70 miles an hour. Second, for the dogs, if you have a large dog like I do, Chipper's 60 pounds, make sure she's in a harness that's tethered so that if there was any kind of accident, she would not become a furry projectile in your car. So Chipper and Ziki rode in the back of my SUV. They were both tethered, and I love the Solvit Products harness for Chipper because it's cushy and it doesn't rub on her or cause any chafing. So she was in a harness. We had portable pop-up water bowls, plenty of water. When you pack your car, make sure the pet essentials are within quick reach before you check into a hotel. Another great tip, when you're planning a trip, please make sure that you book a pet welcoming hotel in advance. Don't just pop in and hope for the best. I found a great site. It's called bringfido.com. And I booked all my hotels through them. And I had a great welcome when I brought in Chipper and Ziki. And in some cases, they give you a discount for the pet fee. So check that out. That's very, very important. You need to make sure you stick with bottled water throughout the trip and the food and treats that your pet is already accustomed to eating. You don't want doggy diarrhea on a road trip. Seriously, trust me. As you all know, Ziki the cool cat is a big, big fan of deli turkey. So we would make stops at different places, different supermarkets, and I would get a small amount of deli turkey for Ziki the cool cat. So she kept to her diet, which is very important. Now, we're going to set the scene. I am at the DFW Sheraton Hotel in Dallas with Ziki, where we are presenting a talk at the Cat Writers Association. And my talk appropriately is called Off the Pages and On the Air. And it's all about how to be a great radio host or how to be one of those guests that radio hosts keep inviting back. So during our talk, we were able to include a little bit of sound bites of interviews that we've had on this show with Betty White, Kelly Pickler, actor Stephen Weber, and much more. It was a great time. So we are now ready for our first interview. Hey everybody, this is Arden Moore with the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm here at the Cat Writers Association Conference in beautiful Dallas, and I am next to the incoming president of this feline fine group. I'm talking about Dr. Lori Houston. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Arden. Purse to you.
Purse to you, and paws up, and howdy.
Howdy.
So, you're a veterinarian, so you just have plenty of time to run a cat writers organization, right?
Absolutely.
So, what did you do? Who found something on you that made you say, okay, I'll be president?
Our founder, Amy Sojai.
What did she do? How did she convince you?
She...
Blackmail! Ah!
Yeah, I'm not supposed to disclose the details.
And I heard she was promising no organic catnip for your crew.
Absolutely.
All right, so what's the most important thing that cat writers can do for the fine felines all over the planet?
To let their owners know that they need to go to the veterinarian regularly, to let them know they need to be feeding well, good nutrition. I like to see cats living indoors if they're not part of a TNR managed program.
Trap, neuter, release.
Thank you. Clarify.
And you've got somebody in your hands.
I have Ziki in my hands.
Tell me what you think about this.
Ziki is a cool cat.
Really? What else, Ziki? And you remember a cat so hungry like a chow hound for turkey?
My cats love turkey, too.
All right.
Zeke seems to be really up on her turkey.
All right. You know, Dr. Lori Houston does a lot of work for cats and dogs, and, you know, we wish we got more people bringing their cats to see good veterinarians like yourself. What are a couple of tips we can share with our listeners about knowing when something's not right with our cat?
Get to know your cat's behavior. If you spend time with them, you know what their normal habits are. Keep an eye on their litter box. Keep an eye on their food dish. Keep an eye on how much water they're drinking. If you see something that doesn't look right to you, contact your vet. Get them in to see us. It may be nothing, but it may be something serious. Get them in at least once a year. Older cats we like to see probably twice a year. If they have health issues, they may need to come in even more often than that. We see a lot of hyperthyroidism, thyroid disease. We see a lot of kidney disease. One of the really major things we see, and a lot of pet owners don't pick up on it because they don't know to look for it, is dental disease.
Good point.
And dental disease can cause a lot of pain for your cat. It can cause other health issues as well. And sometimes it's as simple as getting them into your vet, what they call flip the lip.
Yep.
Just take a look at what the teeth look like, and if they need care, we can take care of that for you and show you how to take care of them at home.
You are quite the educator, so tell us about your blog and tell us where you have your veterinary practice.
I practice in Rhode Island, and my blog is the Pet Healthcare Gazette.
All right. Well, you ready for being Cat Writer Association president?
I am. I'm excited about being the new president of the Cat Writers Association. We have a wonderful group here. It's a great group of people. We all try really hard to educate cat owners. Mm-hmm. We have writers, we have authors, we have photographers, you name it, we've got it. Veterinarians. You name it, we've got it. And we're looking for new members. So if
all right.
Anybody out there is involved with writing or educating about cats or any form of media about cats, come see us. We'd love to have you as a member.
Well, we give a big pause up, Dr. Lori, for everything that you do in the clinic and on the pages.
Thank you so much, Arden.
Okay, folks, we're going to continue this road trip, but we got to take a quick commercial break, so everybody sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a walk on the red carpet, of course. Oh Behave will be back in a flash right after these messages.
Pause up. I'm Arden Moore, and I'm here to tell you about a revolutionary new product that literally wipes away cat hair from virtually any surface. You know, most of us struggle with a roller or vacuum cleaner to clean up cat hair, but anyone who has tried either of these knows they just don't work very well. But Swipe It's patent-pending glove has a magnetic-like quality that removes cat hair from almost everything. Right, Zeke? Right, Murphy? And best of all, Swipe It is machine washable, so you can use it over and over again. To order, just visit swipets.com. That's SWIPETS. A simple solution for shedding.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey everybody, this is Stephen Weber reminding you to always listen to Arden Moore on Oh Behave, the best show on Pet Life Radio.
We're back from the lot. Just checked the paper and we had a record showing at the box. The letterbox, that is. Now back to Oh Behave. Here's Arden.
Welcome back to the O Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore, and I am on the road. Now, my little Saturn SUV, it's a pumpkin mobile. We, Chipper, Zeke, and I, drove the 5.5 hours from Dallas to San Antonio, where, as a master instructor with Pet Tech, I was giving a 3-day instructor program. And we have 3 new people that are now Pet Tech instructors. So here we are in a town just north of San Antonio. It's called Bel Verde. And it's, oh my gosh, it's a beautiful place in the Texas Hill Country. And there were deer just walking around where we conducted our classes. And Chipper just looked at him and she was puzzled. She was like, You are sure a funny-looking dog. But they just kind of grazed and walked by. So here we are. I got 3 special people for you to meet. Hey, everybody, this is Arden Moore with the O Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm here in Dallas, Texas. I've been at San Antonio, and now I'm in Belle Verde, Texas. Woohoo! I'm having a great time. And I am super excited because my special guests in this part of the show are 3 amazing individuals who have just become certified as pet tech instructors. They had to deal with me for 3 days. I'm a master instructor with Pet Tech and Pet First Aid, CPR, Care and Safety. And the first one I want to introduce you to is Amy Nichols. Hey, Amy, welcome to the show.
Hi, Arden. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about where you're coming from and a little bit about your company and why the heck would you want to hang out with me for 3 days?
I am from Waco, Texas. My sister and I own Dogtopia of Waco. It was Waco's first dog daycare and boarding spa. We have lots and lots of great dogs in our community. And our main goal in opening the daycare was, of course, to play with cute, fun puppies, but to also better our animal community.
Okay.
And so this just fits right in with that. We can train our staff, we can train our customers and community on how to take better care of their pets.
Now, you had a couple able-bodied teaching assistants that have 4 legs. Tell me your thoughts on those 2.
Oh, Zeke and Chipper. I love Zeke and Chipper. I got to have my kitty fix since I don't have kitties anymore. They were awesome. I want them to come visit Dogtopia Waco.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, how do we find out more about your business?
You can go to dogdaycare.com/Waco.
Okay, we're talking to Amy Nichols, and congratulations on becoming one of the newest Pet Tech instructors.
Thank you, Arden.
All right, next up, I got a good pal that I see a lot at the Pet Sitter International Conference. I'm speaking about Kendra Holder, and she's another Texan gal, and first of all, congratulations on becoming a Pet Tech instructor.
Thank you, Arden.
All right, so why did you pick this class? Because you just think I'm awesome or just because of convenience?
Well, besides that, I do think Pet Tech has it going on when it comes to knowing what to do with your pets.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, it's not just human CPR that's a little bit altered for pets. It really addresses the pet's needs, their health needs.
And tell us a little bit about your business, because you've got quite a background. So tell us a little bit about your background and what's your name of your business.
Well, I have Ruby Slippers Pet Care Service. It's a pet sitting service. I've had it the last 7 years. I've been blessed with, I think, wonderful success. We do about 500 pet visits a month.
And that's in what part of Texas again?
That's in Midland, Texas, West Texas. And my background is in nursing, so a lot of this is, I do know human CPR, and this just translated over. I've got the nursing in me. So you can take the nurse out of the profession, but you can't take the nurse out of the person.
All right, so how do people find out more again? Your name of your company is?
It's Ruby Slippers in Midland, Texas. I have an email, rubyslippers@grandicom.net, or I can be found through the Pet Sitters International website.
And taking now this added skill of being a pet tech instructor, how are you going to put it to use, and what do you think it will do for your clients knowing you now know pet first aid?
Well, I think that it will just show the clients that this is a professional pet sitting service, and I'm really anxious to get home and have a class. I want to take this knowledge to my clients. I think they will really benefit, and other pet care professionals in my community.
Any shout out to Zeke and Chipper?
Well, of course. They are the best teaching aids that I've ever seen.
Ah, nice. Well, we're talking to Kendra Holder with Ruby Slippers
Pet Care Service.
Awesome. And next, last but not least, is the person who found the meeting room. This beautiful church we're in right now. We're in this meeting room with a lot of amenities. I want to give a big pause up to Kathy Rodriguez and tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
Hi, Arden. My company's name is Royally Spoiled Pet Services, and my family and I all volunteer at our local shelter, which is Bulverde Area Humane Society, so I definitely want to acknowledge them because basically by working there is what got me into the pet industry and the love and care of pets. So,
what made you take the class?
Well, I actually noticed that there was a need for it here in our community. Texas Hill Country, there's no instructors out here. I was trying to just become certified myself for my pet sitting clients and for the shelter animals, and could not even get certified out here. So
wow.
I've been trying for over a year to actually get certified, not to mention become an instructor.
And where are we having this class? We got to do a shout out because they were very kind.
We are right now at Bulverde Baptist Church in Bulverde, Texas.
And it's got a coffee machine, an ice machine, beautiful classrooms. I mean, seriously, we really do thank you for letting us use the classroom. What's the biggest message you want to tell others now that you're an instructor?
Oh my gosh, if you ever have the opportunity to take the Pet Tech First Aid and CPR class, definitely do it, because our main goal is to save pets' lives, and you will definitely be well equipped to do that.
And any shout out to Chipper and Zeke? Well, how did they help you?
I'm hoping to take them home with me.
Oh, no, they're coming home with me. Again, we're talking to Kathy Rodriguez, and how do we find out more about you?
You can find me also on PSI, Pet Sitters International. My email is rspetservices@gmail.com, and my phone number is 210-789-6941.
No 3 a.m. calls, please. Hey, guys, this is Arden Moore. My adventure continues. I'm going back up to Dallas, but we have 3 very talented people who are now going to be able to take care of your pets in Texas. I give a special shout-out to Amy Nichols, Kendra Holder, and Kathy Rodriguez. And as I say this, my 2 pets are sleeping. Zeke, wake up! Wake up! She goes, hey, it's catnap number 4. Again, congratulations to Kathy, Amy, and Kendra. They are going to make great pet first aid instructors. I hope you guys check out if you live in their area and take their classes. Okay, we're back in Dallas. Woo! That was a fast trip. Actually, we're in a Dallas suburb. It's called Carrollton, Texas, and we're at a wonderful shelter called Operation Kindness. This is where we conducted a huge pet first aid class, and joining us now are a couple of special guests. Take a listen. Hey everybody, this is Arden Moore with the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm still deep in the heart of Texas, and I'm happy to be so. Right now, I'm in a town called, is it Carrollton? Woohoo! I said it right, Carrollton. And it is the place for Operation Kindness. And with me right now is Jim Hanafy. He is the Chief Executive Officer. And I got to meet one of his better halves, a 4-legger named Annika. And he's also got a cat named Chat. Cool. So Jim, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Tell me a little bit about the shelter. I love the name, Operation Kindness. I just taught a pet first aid class here. You had a great turnout. But tell us a little bit about Operation Kindness.
Operation Kindness is the oldest and largest no-kill shelter in North Texas. We've been here we've been in existence for 36 years, saved over 75,000 animals in that time. We've been in this facility since 1998. We have, on any given day, 300 dogs or cats here. We are a no-kill shelter, which means the only time that we euthanize an animal is if they're terminally ill and suffering. Even if they're terminally ill, we try to provide them as much comfort as possible. We're located on 4 acres, and one of the selling features of our particular area is that we have walking trails for our animals and outdoor areas. Our dogs get out several times a day. We have volunteers galore who accumulated almost 35,000 hours last year volunteer time. That's roughly 18 full-time employees.
Wow.
And they are here all the time. We even have a group called the Night Walkers who show up before closing, and their job is, or their task is, to get the animals out one last time to potty before we close up for the evening. So
that sounds good. Now, what's the website address?
It's www.operationkindness.org.
And you've been here since July?
Been here since July, and one of the things that attracted me to this place was that we take animals from shelters that were on this euthanasia list. We have a full medical facility, so we treat any animal where there's a chance for quality of life. My particular 4-legged better half, Annika, who is a Wolfhound Pyrenees mix.
And may I add, a beautiful white-looking...
Beautiful white dog that I fell in love with the second day I was here. I tried to pretend I was just helping her rehab, but really I was sizing her up, and all the staff knew it, and so I adopted her after my first month. But she came to us with a fractured pelvis and a fractured tail.
Was it a car accident, you think?
As far as we know. She had obviously been out for a while. She was very fearful. In fact, first few weeks I had her, she would flatten out like a pancake if we tried to go anywhere. And so I'd just pick her up and carry her like a sack of flour. And over the course of time, she's probably about a year old, and she will now go anywhere and do anything. She's
I saw you outside with some folks, and she's hanging with you loose.
She's very happy. Yeah. She'll go anywhere. In fact, just for the heck of it, I took her outside, and we walked up and down some stairs because she had never been on stairs before. She's very comfortable.
I think she hit the canine lottery.
Yeah, well, I think I hit the lottery, so So.
And tell us about your cat, Chat the cat.
Well, we just recently lost a terrier named Duchess, who I think Annika probably gave her a month more of life because she perked up when Annika showed up. But Chat the cat was born in my storage room, and he's named Chat because, quote unquote, for my son, 12 years ago, he wouldn't shut up. And Annika thinks Chat really loves him and wants to play. Chat tries to kill Annika.
But what kind of markings is Chat?
He's just a black and white, short hair, a domestic.
Kitty?
Yeah, and but he's a lap cat, and he thought he was a dog until the dog showed up, and now he's not happy at all with that. But
they'll work it out. And Chat's only cat time, maybe.
Well, actually, they wrestle and fight, but then when I walk out in the morning to get coffee, sleeping next to Annika on her bed is Chat.
Yeah, they're the typical sibling rivalry.
Yeah, they get along great.
So what's your message you'd like to give people about your shelter? What's coming up? Anything in first of the year? Is there any big event coming up January, February?
Well, we're part of a large coalition. We partner with other shelters in the area. We think it's very important for us to try to impact homelessness of animals system-wide. And so we're part of a group called the Texas Alliance for Homeless Pets, and we'll have a large spay and neuter event come up in February.
Okay.
And then sometime later in the summer or fall, we'll have an adopt-a-thon. We're modeling our coalition after one that was developed in New York City. A group brought together the 5 boroughs and about 150 partners. And so we had Jane Hoffman in to help us sort of figure out how to do that.
Nice. I know her because that's the umbrella group for all of them.
Right.
Yeah,
and so that's what we're trying to help the Texas Alliance for Homeless Pets be, is kind of a cross between a trade association and a consulting group to try to take the lead in things.
What do you think about folks learning hands-on pet first aid with a real cat and a dog? I know you weren't in the class, but we had some of your volunteers and some staffers, so I really appreciate that they're getting to know what to do when minutes count.
Well, I think it's great, and kudos to your animals for being willing to help us out there.
Low sodium deli turkey is their currency.
Their currency.
Yeah.
And no, I think it's great. Pets are becoming more and more part of the family. I mean, there's an entire industry around that, and I don't see that as a bad thing. And I think if people are prepared to act in an emergency and help their pet, it makes all the difference in the world. And so it's neat.
And you're relatively new to this job, but are you a Texan, or what inspired you to come to Operation Kindness?
Well, I worked for 30 years in the field of disability, and the parallels in disability and animal welfare are quite stunning. I did a lot of volunteer work with animals. In fact, I got my start, I guess, with animals in the dog show world.
Okay.
My first paid gig was probably about 8 or 9 years old. I got to clean up the dog rings for $5 a day. That was, and actually my dad gave me the money.
Is that the scoop on the poop?
Yeah, that was it. Clean up to ring 5. And then had been involved in various projects. And so I had been commuting to Austin, which for your listeners is about 200 miles away, for 6 years.
Wow.
And decided I wanted to give up the commuter life, and saw this opportunity and really found it to be very intriguing, and I thought it would be a great place to put
Tiki says hi.
25 years or so of leadership experience into a new arena, and it's been a fun challenge so far.
And we have with us also James Martinez. He's an accomplished author. He's a super volunteer for Operation Kindness. Before I hand the mic to him, Jim Hanafy, what do you think about folks like James helping your cause?
Oh, we have so many volunteers that are exceptional, and we have a large group of people that pop in and walk the dogs and play with the cats. And then folks like James are part of a core group of people that we have here that I think I see them more than I see some of my employees. And what they do is so valuable. In many regards, they're my eyes and ears. I get so many great ideas from the volunteers about, things we could try, and we try to have an open dialogue, and it's really great. It makes this place very open and friendly. When people come in to consider adopting an animal, they see the animals out, hanging out, having a good time.
My sister and her partner in Allen got one of their dogs, Gracie, from Operation Kindness.
Oh, that's cool.
They got 3 dogs, and Gracie is the one they got from Operation Kindness.
Yeah, and some dogs are different inside their little cage, and when they get to be outside, they have their personality. So a lot of times our volunteers are out walking them around, and it's a great way for people to meet them, and that really helps.
All right. Next up, we have James Martinez. He's been on my show before. He's quite an accomplished author and publisher. He's with Helping Tales Publishers. But you coordinated my whole trip to Operation Kindness, so on behalf of Chipper and Zeke, I give you a big paws up and a play bow of gratitude. But tell us a little bit about your books and your role with Operation Kindness.
Well, my role with Operation Kindness is basically I try to be a really good volunteer. I try to help where I can, and if there is a need, I try to fill that need or at least help it be filled.
Okay.
It's like Jim said, if there's something that we can try to make things better, if we can rally the volunteers to a cause, to a mission, to if there's a way to smooth things over and make us all play nice.
Yeah, well, now, talk a little bit about your latest book. You were on my show before about patches, but you've got a new book coming out. What is this book called?
This one's called Diamonds in the Rough.
Okay.
Yes. And this one actually has a take on it from the volunteer perspective. It's about a little boy and his mom and them volunteering at a shelter. And the boy gets to see how, even though he may not have money, he can volunteer his time. He can make a difference. And that, what he's doing does count.
And how do people get their paws on this book? And I understand part of the proceeds go to help Operation Kindness?
Well, part of the proceeds go to Operation Kindness. We've teamed up with some other shelters and rescues.
That's very nice.
And it's on Amazon.
Okay.
So it can be bought on Amazon.
Is it called Patches Diamond in the Rough, or
no,
what's it called?
This one is just Diamonds in the Rough.
Okay. And then how do you learn more about your website?
My website is www.helpingtales.com. And we also have a Facebook page. Same thing.
Say it.
Facebook.com/helpingtales, all one word. HELPINGTALES.
Okay.
And we do a thought of the day, and it's Patches is our mascot, and he pretty much tells you.
Who did the illustrations?
Timothy Civic, and
they're very cute, whimsical, catches your eye. I think it's a delight for all ages. It brings out kind of a kid spirit. The books are how much?
Patches is $12.99, and Diamonds in the Rough is $9.99.
Okay, so that's a great holiday gift idea and things like that. You took my Pet First Aid class. You weren't snoring.
No.
Anything that you wanted to share why you took the class, and did you think it was okay, or what do you think?
I took it because it's important knowledge. I'm here at the shelter. If something happens, I want to be able to help the animal, and I know how busy we are, and I know how important these animals are. So, not just to the shelter, but to their future owners.
And what did you learn maybe that surprised you?
I think what surprised me most was the safety muzzle. That was really cool, just out of a piece of string, basically.
Yeah. Now, I was laughing. You have one dog who probably has more clothes in the closet than I do. I'm talking about Toby, the clothes hound. Tell us a shout out to Toby.
Toby is a Mexican hairless, and he was the very first Mexican hairless that Operation Kindness ever got.
And say the long official name?
His official name is Xoloitzcuintli. XOLOITZCUINTLI.
I'll take that supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's cool. What's Toby's personality like?
Toby is a clown.
I wonder where he gets it from. Well, I'm very delighted that I have the two Jims on the stage. I have James Martinez and Jim Hannafy. And before we bid adieu this moment, we got one parting comment.
I just want to echo what James said about the volunteers. Not only do they come forward with ideas, but they take ownership. We have a volunteer group now that has taken on ownership of some of our longer-term resident dogs.
Good.
And are going to sort of each take a dog and try to work to help that dog get adopted.
That's a good idea.
We have a group that's starting to look at some of the cats, some of our adult cats that have been here a while. So our volunteers do much more than just give ideas. They take action, and we really appreciate it.
Well, I am just very honored to be able to come here and teach Pet First Aid. My sister lives in Allen. I have Texan blood in me. This little kitty was born in Dallas. She was a Dallas rescue, so I will be back, and I thank you both for being on the show. Okay, now our final stop, the SPCA of Texas, where we're conducting Pet First Aid classes for the employees of the Park Cities Pet Sitting Company. And I was there last year, and I'm back this year, and having both Chipper and Zeke as my teaching tandem just made the trip great. Let's take a listen. Hey, everybody. We are wrapping up this tour of Deep in the Heart of Texas, and I'm here at the SPCA of Texas, and I'm with a good friend of mine who is also a pet's best friend. I'm talking about Joette White. She is the owner of Park City Pet Sitters. It's so good to see you again.
You too. I was so excited that you could come back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pet sitter that knows the importance of pet first aid. We just taught 8 more of your employees. I taught you before and some other folks. Tell me why it's so important for professional pet sitters to know pet first aid, CPR, and rescue breathing.
Well, Arden, for us, we see so many pets. We do thousands of visits a year, and at any given moment, we can run into an emergency. And just taking this course and being able to recognize signs that we wouldn't otherwise know can save a life. So that's why we're here.
What about having a cat and a dog, a real cat and a dog, Chipper and Zeke?
Well, that's the other reason we wanted to take your course, is because we knew we'd have hands-on with live animals, and we weren't not able to get that anywhere else. So it's important because there's nothing like hands-on with a live animal to really feel and touch and know what you're looking for.
So tell us a little bit about Park City Pet Sitters. I mean, you guys are really a very well-respected company. Tell us a little bit about what your mission is and what's kind of coming up at the first of the year.
Well, we are, we've been around since 1992. That's when we started, and we cover most of the Metroplex. And our focus is just to be the best at what we're doing, and that's in-home pet care, where we come to the client's home, where the pets are happier and healthier in their own environment. And we just want to, we want to be there from when they get them from a puppy stage all the way, till they're, ripe, old aged pets.
Golden oldies.
There you go.
So any big events you're going to be doing in the first of 2014 we can do a little shout out on? Or?
Well, we don't have a lot planned yet, but we are looking at doing more educational stuff. We're also want to do some stuff for our clients as well as far as education, because we realize, that there's a need for that, and nobody seems to be fulfilling that. We hope to at some point also certify 1 or 2 of our folks as a pet tech constructor.
Oh, well, we'll be glad to help you out. To learn more about Park City Pet Sitters, Joette, how does someone find out?
Well, they can go to our website at pcpsi.com or give us a call.
And you have a pretty nice Facebook following.
We do. We have a great engagement, and we try to really be active and jump in and talk to our clients and share photos and share great information and just really stay connected.
So everybody, if you are in the Dallas Metroplex, I really encourage you to check out Park City Pet Sitters. Joette's group are all paid employees. That means another good thing, and they are getting all certified in pet first aid, so they will be truly your pet's best health ally. Go to pcpsi.com. I think you rock.
I think you rock.
All right, right back at you. All right. Well, it's been 16 days in Texas. Can you believe it? And Chipper, Zeke, and I have survived. If you ever need any tips on travel, please give me a shout at Arden at fourleggedlife.com. But I can tell you, we really were smart on our space management and packing. The big, comfy orthopedic bed that Chipper enjoys was put in the back end of my car so that she could roost on top of it. We had plenty of pet cleanup supplies. We had plenty of litter that we actually put in gallon bags so that it's easier to transport in and out of hotel rooms. We used portable litter boxes. We stuck to their diets. I made sure that Chipper and I took a good walk everywhere. One of our favorite places that we did take a walk was in downtown Tombstone, Arizona. Yes, for you history buffs, that is the place where the big shootout at the OK Corral occurred in the late 1800s. It involved Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, and they had this place at Tombstone, downtown Fremont. It's called tombstonephoto.net, and we actually walked in, Chipper and I, and we got a shot of one of those old-time photos of Chipper, and she was wearing a cowboy hat across her shoulder. She had a big old cowboy bandana. They put a bottle of whiskey and a shot glass and fake bags of money like she just robbed a bank, and we made a very fun, quote, wanted poster of Chipper grinning from ear to ear. It was a wonderful souvenir from the trip, and, the people in Tombstone are very, very dog-friendly. We stayed at this really cool place. It's called the Larian Motel. I got to tell you, the rates were reasonable when I explained that Zeke and Chipper are pet first aid teaching instructors of the four-legged variety. They waived the pet fee, and you can actually walk around the downtown area and get something good to eat and get back to your hotel safely. The other hotels we stayed at, I also really enjoyed. We stayed at Best Westerns in Odessa and in Deming, New Mexico, and we also stayed at the Candlewood Suites North Stone Oak in San Antonio. Again, they waived the pet fee when they found out about what Chipper and Zeke's missions were for this trip. So check it out. You don't know. They can help you out. Anyway, I had a great time. We taught and certified many people in pet first aid. I will tell you, the people in Texas love their pets, and we had full classes, and I was very thrilled by it all. And when we came home, Chipper, Zeke, and we took a couple days to kind of recharge. It was quite a long trip. I was very fortunate on the way back. My sister Deb, who lives in a Dallas suburb, volunteered, keyword here, to drive back with me to Oceanside and then fly home. So it was quite a sister bonding trip, and it made the drive so much better. If you are driving these long trips, oh man, just download some audiobooks. I actually listened to 3 books that I've wanted to listen to and never had time to, and I was able to do that on my road trip. So play it safe. Make sure you have all the things for your pets, their medical supplies, bring medical records, bring the food that they're used to eating, plenty of water, and make it fun. It's a road trip that will give you memories for a lifetime. So until my next adventure, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave!
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do, and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.